Hey guys, welcome back to One Stop Biology. So we have till now finished almost half of the chapter, which is Animal Kingdom, chapter 4 of class 11th NCERT Biology, right? So we are at phylum Echinodermata, and we'll try and finish some of the phylums in this video. So I think and I uh, expect you to go through the previous videos before going through this because I don't want you to miss on anything. Also, I have covered the basis of classification in the very first video of this chapter, where I have explained all the terms which will be repeatedly used in the later videos of this chapter. Okay, so I won't be explaining those terms in and again and again for all the phylums. Rather, I have explained it at one place. Okay, so please go through that video as well. So let's start with the phylum Echinodermata. So Echinodermata, basically these animals have an endoskeleton of what? Calcareous ossicles. Okay, so they have an endoskeleton of calcareous ossicles, and that is why they are named as Echinodermata. So Echinodermata basically means spiny bodied. Okay, now all the animals are marine. Okay, so they all are aquatic and all are marine. They do not occur in fresh water. They're marine and they have organ system level of organization. Okay, now the adult echinoderms are radially symmetrical, but the larval stage, the larvae, are bilaterally symmetrical. Okay, then they are triploblastic, so all three layers, ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm, are present and they have true body cavity, so they are coelomate. Okay, now the digestive system is complete. So they have complete digestive system with mouth, which is present on the ventral or lower side, and anus, which is present on the dorsal or upper side of the body. Okay. The most distinctive feature, one of the most distinctive feature of echinoderms is presence of water vascular system. So this water vascular system helps them in locomotion, capture of prey, and transport. So basically capture and transport of food and respiration. Okay, so they have a water vascular system which helps them in various works. Now the excretory system is absent, so they do not have a distinctive excretory system. They are dioecious, so the sexes are separate. Reproduction is always sexual, and fertilization is outside the body, so fertilization is external. Now, development of the embryo can be indirect, so it is basically indirect in the form of free living larvae, and these larvae are basically different from the adult. So, adult are radially symmetrical and larvae are bilaterally symmetrical. Okay, now some of the examples are like starfish, sea urchin. So Asteria is starfish, Echinus is sea urchin. There are sea lily, there's sea cucumber, which is cucumeria. There are brittle star. So if you see their body, this basically is a starfish and this is a brittle star. Okay, so they have a calcareous ossicle outside. Okay, now the next phylum that we are going to cover is Hemichordata. So basically Hemichordata are what happened was the earlier used to be considered as a subphylum of the next phylum, which is phylum Chordata. Okay, and later it was placed as a non-chordate because of difference of various characteristic features. Okay, so this phylum basically consists of small group of worm-like marine animals. So again, they are marine and they are worm-like marine or animals, but they have organ system level of organization. Then they are bilaterally symmetrical, they are triploblastic, and they are coelomate animals. Okay, so the body basically is cylindrical, so basically they are worm-like. So body is cylindrical and is composed of anterior proboscis, a collar, and a long trunk. So if you see their body, okay, so it has a proboscis, then it has a collar, and then a long trunk. Okay, then the circulatory system is of open type, so there are no vessels present. Respiration is through gills. Excretory organ is the proboscis gland. So the proboscis gland present is the excretory organ. They are again dioecious, so sexes are separate, and fertilization is external. How is the fertilization? The fertilization is external. Okay, so then the development is indirect. What does it mean? I have repeatedly explained this, right? So it means that the development of an offspring is through larval stage. It is through larval stage. Okay, so basically there are several examples. These examples are like Belanoglossus or Sacoglossus. Okay, so if we see the diagram once again, if you see the diagram here once again, they have an anterior proboscis. So this is the proboscis. Okay, this is the collar, and basically this long region is nothing but the trunk. Okay, so you will see inside there are gills for respiration, so there are gill pores. Okay, this basically is the hepatic region. Here you'll find the anus. Okay, so this is the diagram of a Belanoglossus. Okay, now the next phylum that we'll start off with is a very diverse and advanced phylum, which is nothing but the phylum Chordata. Okay, so basically, phylum Chordata is being present with a notochord. Okay. So animals belonging to phylum Chordata, the animals belonging to phylum Chordata are fundamentally characterized by what? By a presence of notochord. Okay, and what is no basically a notochord? I'll explain it that as well. So they have presence of a notochord, they have a dorsal hollow nerve cord, and they have paired pharyngeal gill slits. Okay, so these are the fundamental characteristic of the animals which are part of phylum Chordata. So remember this is very important. Now, animals of this phylum are bilaterally symmetrical, they are triploblastic, and they are coelomate with organ system level of organization. Okay, and they also possess a post-anal tail and closed circulatory system. So there is presence of vast type of vessels, right? Blood vessels. They possess a post-anal tail as well. Okay, so here you can see diagram of the characteristics which are present. So they have gill slits, they have a post-anal tail, they have a notochord, okay, and they have a nerve cord as well, a dorsal hollow nerve cord as well. Okay, now if we compare chordates and non-chordates, so till now, before this phylum, whatever we covered were non-chordates, right? So what is the difference between a chordate and a non-chordate, right? So in the case of chordate, notochord is present, which is absent in case of non-chordates. Then they have a central nervous system, which is dorsal, hollow, and single. Here, some central nervous system is ventral, it is solid, and it is double. Okay, then they have pharynx, which is perforated by gill slits, and gill slits are absent in the case of non-chordates, right? Then their heart is ventral, while non-chordates have dorsal heart, okay, if it is present. then they have a post-anal tail, and they do not have a post-anal tail. Non-chordates do not have a post-anal tail. So this is the comparison between chordates and non-chordates. Okay. Now basically the phylum Chordata, the chordates, all the animals are divided into three subphyla. Okay. So there are three subphyla. Okay. And these subphyla are Urochordates, subphyla Urochordates or tunicate, the subphyla Cephalochordata and subphyla Vertebrata. Okay, so the first two subphyla are referred as protochordates. So basically, they are exclusively marine. Okay, the first two subphyla, while the third subphyla, which is Urochordate. Okay, so the first two subphyla, Urochordata and Cephalochordata, what happens is in Urochordata, notochord is present. Yes, that is why they are chordates. But it is present only in the larval tail. Okay, it is present only in the larval tail. Some examples are Acidia, Salpa, okay, and Doliolum. So these are some of the examples. Now the second subphyla, which is Cephalochordata, the notochord extends from head to tail region. Okay, so it extends from head to tail and is persistent throughout their life. So it is present throughout their life. And some of the examples are Branchiostoma. Okay, now the third subphyla, again, it is very important. The subphyla Vertebrata. This possess notochord during embryonic period. Okay, so they have notochord during embryonic period. Now, in adults, this notochord is replaced by a cartilaginous or bony vertebral column. So remember this, that it is replaced by vertebral column. Okay, that is why all vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. So remember this statement that all vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. Okay, so beside this basic chordate characters, beside this vertebrates, okay, the subphyla vertebrata, they also have a ventral muscular heart with two, three, or four chambers. And later in the chapters, we'll study the entire circulatory system where we'll see what are these chambers for. Okay, so they have a closed ventral heart with two, three, or four chambers. They have kidneys for excretion and osmoregulation, and then they have paired appendages as well, which may be fins or limbs. So they have paired appendages as well. Okay. Now here we can see a diagram as well of the subphylum Vertebrata, which we is going to cover in the later video. So the subphylum Vertebrata basically is divided into two divisions, Agnatha and Gnathostomata. Okay, so Agnatha, which lacks jaw, and Gnathostomata, which bears jaw. Okay, then Agnatha has a class Cyclostomata, and then Gnathostomata has a superclass which is Pisces, which bears fins, and Tetrapoda, which bears limbs. And then it is divided into various class. So the ones which have fins are Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes, and the ones which have limbs are Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves, and mammals. So we are going to discuss all these classes. We are going to discuss all these classes in the further videos. Okay. So guys, with this we have started off with the phylum Chordata. So we have covered all the non-chordates phylum and we have started off with the phylum Chordata. I hope you understood all the terms. If not, please do let me know through comments or the WhatsApp number that is given in the description of this video, and I'll clear all your doubts. If you have understood the video completely, please do not forget to like this video and share it with your friends, okay? And also do not forget to subscribe the channel because you'll be getting all the notifications of the updates, as in the updated videos that I'll be posting, okay? Thanks guys, bye bye.